Good morning. Today we are travelling to Paris. We're going to go via, I think, Karlsruhe, and then Strasbourg, and then across that way. I think that's the plan. Yeah, it should be quite good. I get into Paris a little bit early, so I'll do a bit of a walk around some of the little key aspects, Eiffel Tower and such like that. And then I'll check into my hotel, get something to eat, and then wake up the next day and head home. Basically, that's the plan. So it's coming to a close now. It's a fairly chill day. There's only 2 changes, I think, today. One of them is in Frankfurt, Main, anyway, so it's not a problem. But yeah, as with this morning, I'm going to get some breakfast. Got some little bitty things to eat, and then pack up and leave, check out, get to the little railway station, head down to the main station. We'll go from there. I think that'll be fine. But yeah, so that's all the plan for today, really. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to crack on. I haven't got a lot of time this morning, so I'm going to crack on, get on with it, and yeah, we'll see you when I'm on the train. I'm tired, sorry.
My journey in this episode is going to take me from the European continent back home to the UK. It'll be quite an interesting journey and sort of a nice finish to the end of my adventure. It'll take me right through the heart of France, northern France, to France's capital, and then I'll continue on home through the sort of southern countryside of the UK as well. For the first part of the journey, I'm going to be going from Frankfurt down to Mannheim. I'll then have a change in Mannheim to then go down to Karlsruhe, and then finally another change from Karlsruhe all the way to Paris East, and that'll be via Strasbourg. It'll be a fairly direct train once we get over into the French, over the French border. So it'll be a fairly easy journey then from then on. I'll then stay overnight in Paris before making the second part of my journey from Paris North all the way through northern France to the Channel and crossing over to Folkestone and on to London. I'll then have a change over at London to go from London St Pancras to London Paddington, and then I'll get a train from London Paddington to Swindon before changing at Swindon to get a train down to Kemble, where I will make the ending of my journey. So strap in, final leg of the journey, and hopefully you enjoy it, and yeah, we'll see you there.
So, with a little bit of added stress, we've made it successfully to Karlsruhe, where we'll get the train now to Paris. Just one train, thankfully. Got a reserved seat as well, so it's nice. But yeah, got there in the end. Basically, as a synopsis of what happened, the getting into Frankfurt was not a problem. Easy as. I got in well ahead of time, but the train that I was due to get for some reason wasn't showing, so I'm not sure what Turns out it was just late, but for some reason it wasn't showing at all anywhere, so that was a bit weird. Anyway, so I then made a slight adjustment which actually eased a lot of the timings, but that itself was late. Although it got in on time, it didn't leave until 4 minutes later, and then by the time we got to Mannheim it was about 15 minutes late. Thankfully the train from Mannheim to Karlsruhe was also late, so it meant that it sort of shifted. It means I've got a shorter time now to wait for the train here, about 10 minutes, but that's fine. So yeah, we made it, we're happy. We'll be on the train and then we'll be in Paris, and then whatever we do. And I think I'll just do a bit of a walk around. I'll work out a plan on the train and then do a bit of walk around, and that'll be it. Be done. Okay, so I'm here in Paris. Gonna have a bit of a walk, hopefully see some of the key sites. Head home to the hotel, and then yeah, we'll call it a day. I'm gonna travel home tomorrow. That's the thing. So I'm heading down the street now, and yeah, see where we get to. That's where I am, so I'm waiting for a little train to basically where I'm staying. I'm very tired and very hungry. Very thirsty over because it was all my water, so I'm gonna hope find somewhere to eat when I'm down there as well. Yeah, and then we'll work our way back. And then the train's gone in, so be back in this. It'll be a update when I'm at the hotel, I think.
Hello. I've just gone out to get some food, and I've just checked into my apartment. Is probably a better way of putting it, because there are facilities here, including a microwave, hob. Not that I'm going to use the hob, but I'm going to use a microwave. So yeah, it's quite good. Got a double bed, proper pillows. It's spacious. It's quiet. It's got a kettle. Oops, sorry. It's got a kettle. It's got a fridge. It's got a proper bath, shower unit. So much better than last night. Anyway, talking of which, Paris. My experience was eventful, to say the least. I got stressed at times because there was a lot of people out, unsurprisingly. At least not because it's the World Cup on the moment, which I saw about 2 minutes of the Argentina-Chile game. Argentina were winning by something like 30 points to 0 or something like that, so they were doing pretty well. I think. I don't know, I couldn't read it too well. Maybe it was 24, I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, I got to see the Arc de Triomphe for the first time, which is less busy than I expected it to be traffic-wise, like road traffic, but was very much as chaotic as presented anyway. Saw the Eiffel Tower, which is taller than I thought it was, to be fair, but it's not as wide as I thought it was, so I'm not sure where I get that from, but I also saw the Louvre, which was so busy that I just never even bothered getting anywhere near it. I just took a short clip from afar. But yeah, other than that, everything's sort of gone well. It's gone fairly smoothly. It's been all right. It's been nice. It was very much a whistle-stop tour of the main bits of Paris, and that was about it. I would like to come back, but on my own I wouldn't. But tonight I'm going to eat Indian tonight. I just bought some ready meal type things. 2 stuffed samosas, naans, and then some samosas. So I'm going to eat, lie down, sleep, wake up, got breakfast in the morning, which is nice, and then travel home. So yeah. I'm ready to go home, I think. It's been good, don't get me wrong. But there have been moments where I've been very homesick. So yesterday, walking around Frankfurt a bit, I was feeling a bit homesick. So I think I'm ready to go home. But yeah, so I'll finish this up here. Sorry, a bit of a longer one, but I've got time to sort of relax a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to eat, and yeah. See you tomorrow for one last time. Good morning. This morning we're going, well, not this morning, today we're heading home. So the plan for that is in a few minutes we're going to head down for breakfast, have a quick bit of breakfast, sort my bags out, and then we'll check out and then head over to the metro. Then we'll get the metro all the way up to Paris East railway station, and then it's just a 10-minute walk from Paris East to Paris North, which is where the Eurostar is. So we'll get the Eurostar then across. Leaves about 11 o'clock-ish. It's about 7:30, 7:45 now. So the sooner I leave here, the better. But I should get to Paris North by the very latest, just after or just before 10. So that gives me a full hour and a bit. I think it's like 11:15 or something that the train leaves. So it gives me like a full sort of hour and a half-ish to sort of get prepared, get through check-in and things like that. But yeah, as far as anything else is concerned here, I think I've sort of sorted everything. I just got to eat, and yeah. Once we get down to London, I will transfer over to Paddington, then we'll get a train down to Swindon, change at Swindon, and then get a train to Stroud. Unless I get to Paddington earlier and there's a train that goes direct, we'll just see how it goes, play it by ear. There apparently have been some strikes, so it might be a bit different, but it doesn't matter too much. I can adjust and change these anyway, so it's fairly easy. If I get to Swindon and I can't get further, Swindon's only half an hour away from home, it's not a big deal, so we'll just see how it goes. But yeah, anyway, with that I'm gonna crack on, and yeah, shall see you on the train probably, Eurostar, or just before maybe.
Okay, so made it through security, just waiting for my train. Got quite a bit of time. I don't know what time it is now, but the 10:36 hasn't left yet, so it's still got a good half hour. Yeah, so just waiting sort of for the train now, and as I say, waiting here in the departure lounge. Yeah, see how it goes. Yeah, probably going to get something to eat because breakfast this morning was non-existent, unfortunately. I think they had issues in the kitchen, so they didn't open till a lot later, and it was too late really for not getting here on time, so I'm a bit hungry, so I'm going to get something, maybe a coffee as well. I literally haven't had a coffee for about 2 weeks because I just didn't seem to be able to physically go get a coffee at all at any time. I mean, I could have in places, but oh well. So looking forward to that. But yeah. But with that, I'm going to crack on, and we'll see you on the train. Okay, so I'm just on the train now, just waiting to leave Paris. Should probably be in another 20 minutes or something like that, but you know, we're safe, we're good. So next stop, London. We'll transfer over to Paddington, and then we'll go down to Swindon and then home. Although I think Dad said he was going to pick me up from Kemble, so not all the way to Stroud, but to Kemble, so it's all right. But yeah, so on our way back. Yeah. So I'll update once we're back in London.
Thomas et Leslie sont impatients de vous accueillir au bar.
Taking a moment here before I get on the tube to say I'm here. I've made it back to London, and we're going to get the tube over to Paddington, head down to Swindon, probably change at Swindon, head down to Kemble, or I'm going to be lucky and I might be able to get a train direct to Kemble, where I'm going to meet Dad. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm going to enact. So I'm going to get on and do that, and yeah, let's get home. Not before I just get a photo of these in a second. So I am here in Kemble, just gotten off the train. I'm just waiting for Mum to come pick me up, and yeah, and then head home. So I think, yeah, that sort of concludes. I'll do my sort of synopsis here. But yeah, the last 2 weeks have been really interesting. It's been an absolutely fascinating journey, I think, for me. I mean, I've been able to go from city to city and sort of learn all sorts of different things about cultures. I mean, Germany, I know very little of their language, and I knew somewhat of their culture, but being able to spend that time and kind of understand that has been really good. But yeah, I have to say it's been an amazing journey. It's been a bit chaotic and stressful at times, but you know, that's always worth it. And I think at the end of the day, it's been a really good opportunity that I'm glad I've done. Would I do it again? Maybe not quite on my own. It was a bit scary at times, or at least I wouldn't do so much travelling on my own. I think if I was going to do anything on my own, I'd stay somewhere for longer. But it's been a good experience nonetheless, and I've been able to see and experience a wide range of stuff, and it's been really good. Paris itself was nice, very stressful, very busy. But yeah, I guess I'll go through each one of them. Brussels was really nice. The hotel wasn't the greatest, but the Railway Museum and the Comic Arts Museum was really interesting. Hamburg was amazing. I absolutely loved Hamburg. The setting where I was amazing. And Miniature Wonderland was also really good. Berlin was also really, really interesting. I did my own sort of walking tour around there, and that was really, really interesting, seeing some of the buildings there. And the place I stayed in was alright. It wasn't amazing, but yeah. But the yard as well that I went to, the nature reserve. Yeah, so seeing the railway yard was really interesting. The nature reserve was absolutely fascinating. And then also looking at the castle in Spandau, that was also really interesting. But yeah, I think Berlin was really good overall. And I went to Nuremberg. Nuremberg was really interesting. Again, saw the railway museum in there, which is the German railway museum. That was really good. The place where I stayed in Nuremberg was all right, I think. Yeah, I think it was good actually. Really, really interesting. Tried some proper Germanic food, which was really good. Very salty though. And also tried Germanic beer as well, which was good, don't get me wrong, but I just think beer doesn't settle too well with me. But the place itself was actually really nice. It was a bit far out from anywhere, but you know. Also got to see the rally grounds there, which was really good. Sorry, excuse my hair. But that was like really good as well. But yeah, and then there was, yes, then we went to Mulhouse. Mulhouse was really interesting. The cabin where I stayed at was really, really cool. I loved that. But yeah, going to the SNCF Railway Museum, the French Railway Museum, was really cool. So I kind of got to see Belgian, German and French, sort of a selection. French trains are much more interesting, as I've come to the conclusion of. Plus they had the Bugatti there, which was really cool. But yeah, no, that was really interesting. And then the Automotive Museum was also really interesting. Huge collection of stuff there, absolutely fascinating. But that was really cool. And then Frankfurt was interesting. Wasn't the greatest night's sleep, I must admit. I didn't have the greatest night's sleep. No, the pillow was a bit non-existent. But as far as anything else is concerned, Frankfurt, went to the Botanical Gardens. That was really, really lovely. Really nice setting and everything. And then also the Zeppelin Museum. And then where I had food as well at Terminal 4. That was a really, really interesting place. Very good food there. And then, of course, moved up to Paris. And then had a bit of a walking tour around the main bits, which was good. But as I say, it was very busy, so a bit stressful. But the place itself was really nice, a sort of apartment type thing. That was really good, got a good night's sleep. Although I woke up once in the middle of the night, but I think that's just down to trying to think. But yeah, overall, I think it's been a really good experience. I'm glad I've done it. But safe to say, I'm kind of glad I'm on home turf now. It's been fulfilling. It's been really good. And that's sort of the main thing to take away from it. But I'm also glad I'm home, and I'm ready to go. So just a few more minutes waiting for Mum to arrive, and we'll head home. So yeah. But I'll conclude this here. With that, thank you very much for watching my trip. Hopefully there's something in there that someone might look at and say, oh, I'd like to do that. But, you know, someone's got to do it. But I'm glad I've recorded my trip, first solo trip, probably my only solo trip, but who knows? Only time will tell. God, that's cringy. Anyway, thank you.